get good shoes. Get soles that are thick, even if they're ugly shoes. Because my thing was like, I didn't want to buy the ugly like sister missionary shoes, the clunkers, but just buy them because like it will save your life. Your shoes will last longer. Your back won't hurt because as you're walking all day, if you carry a really heavy bag, it will hurt your back. And a lot of missionaries, especially sisters, had back problems. So like try to find a durable bag, but one that's like light that won't hurt you. Because you're just walking all the time. Sisters, like I said before, get good shoes. Don't carry super heavy backpacks, not backpacks, bags. When we were there, we weren't allowed to have backpacks. Just to like help your back not get hurt. I don't know if this is okay to say, but like a weird thing that happens when you walk a lot in the mission is like for a lot of sisters, their period stops. And a lot of sisters would freak out. And like that happened to me and I freaked out. Like I'm dying, you know what I mean? But that's just like a thing that happens to sisters for some reason. And it's okay, like once it'll start again, you know, like once you come home or at some point. So if that happens to you, like don't freak out. It's normal. It happens to a lot of sisters over the world, I think. That was just something I didn't know, and it scared the death out of me. So, like, it scared me to death is what I meant to say. But, what else? So, with sisters, it's best not to, like, obviously walk in dangerous places at night. Usually every area has, like, that specific street or, like, side of town that isn't super safe. So you just like go there during the day and then at night you don't ever go there. Or sometimes there's places where it's just like sisters that have served there will tell you don't ever go there. And like we never go there because there might be there were some crazy stories of like men following the sisters. I had a man that would follow us in one of my areas. It didn't really scare me because he was this like tiny little man. So I was like, I could take you. But we would always just call our bishop or call our zone leaders if that ever happened. And, like, nothing ever happened. I was never assaulted. No one ever robbed me. No one ever tried to hurt me. Like, the worst thing that happened is, like, we would get catcalls all the time. Or, like, men would, like, I don't know, be like, hey, pretty lady, or some weird stuff like that. And, like, you just walk away, like, whatever, like, thanks, you know? And it was kind of funny because, like, after all that, for doing that for a year and a half, I came home and I was just like, I am so beautiful. Like, like people telling me I'm gorgeous because there are no blonde people there at all. So that was interesting because the only blonde people you will ever see are sisters. So we stuck out like a sore thumb. And, like, in a good way. People would be like, oh, these cute girls, or, like, she's cute, or like whatever. But obviously that always brings like some weirdos around, but that's just kind of the standard. Other tips I would give for sisters are like, just be really open with your companion and just know like you're going to meet people that are different, but you're also going to meet people that will become your very best friends. When I came home from my mission, I roomed with 3 girls from my mission, and it was just so fun. So, like, you're going to meet some people that you're going to love and just be close to for the rest of your life because you went through something that was hard, but it was amazing. And it was like, you come home and you're like, I can't believe I did that. You know, like, that was amazing, you know? Like, that was the hardest thing I've ever done by far, but I did it and I'm alive and it was awesome and I learned so much. So that was really cool for me. Just like, have that on the horizon. Like, don't go into it scared. Go into it thinking, this is going to be hard, but I can do it. And you can, you know what I mean? And just like having this attitude of like, I can do hard things. And like having that kind of inner strength really helps as a missionary because like, you come home and even though it was hard when you were there, you miss it and you loved it. And you want to go back and like you would do anything to go see your friends there or see the members that were there that touched your lives or your recent converts. So yeah. Another thing I would say to sisters is like don't compare yourself to elders. I had this one area where we were in the area with the assistants to the president and they had a car and they'd been there for a while and we were brand new. And so they were just like baptizing like crazy. And I was training and I was opening this new area, and I was just like, why are they baptizing so much more than me? And it just like, for this while, it like rubbed me wrong until I realized, I'm like, oh, I should not compare myself to them. Like, I have my own work, and like there are plenty of people that get baptized that are like, it needed to be a sister that taught me because of XYZ. And so like, just not comparing yourself to them, just being like, I'm going to do my work and our work here because we're doing the Lord's work. And so that's a tip I would give to sisters.
I wish that someone would have told me all of this before I went, so I'm going to tell you now. But bring rain boots because it rains a lot. What I brought that really helped was I brought a pair of rain boots, 2 pairs of rain boots, but I only really needed one. So bring 1 pair of rain boots, good rain boots that will last you your whole mission. And it's worth it to spend a little extra so that they will last you your whole mission. I bought some rain boots from J. Crew, some small booties, and they worked my whole mission. Then I bought a pair of booties, just some leather booties also that would last me my whole mission, and I used those a lot. During the winter, when it wasn't raining, and even sometimes when it was, they were fine, I wore long leather boots, which is something that I really recommend because it gets very cold in Portugal, especially in the northern parts of Portugal, which is in Gaia, where I served during the winter, and it was freezing. So I wore those every single day, I'm not lying. And they saved my whole entire winter because 1, they're very warm, and 2, they are waterproof. And so I would wear them when I didn't have my rain boots on. They would be just fine when it was raining. And so they lasted me my whole mission. I bought naturalizer long leather boots, and the last of my whole mission, my companion is wearing them now. I gave them to her. So it's worth it to spend a little extra so that they'll last you your whole mission. And then the other pairs of shoes, I had 2, which I only really needed 1, but 2 pairs of sandals, which is allowed in our mission. They were just open-toed sandals with a strap across the foot, across the toes. And I think I bought they were Born sandals, and they were thick on the bottom, but they lasted both summers. That's the only thing I wore every single day during the summers. And they were super comfortable. They weren't the cutest, but it does not matter because you don't care about cuteness when you're there. You just care about comfort because you're walking every day. But they were just plain. They were nice to wear. So those are the 3, at least the rain boots, the long winter boots, and the sandals. If you have those, you will be fine. That's basically the only things that I wore. And then I just brought a pair of flats for going to church on Sundays to have a little bit nicer shoes to wear for Sunday dress. I would say my sister gave me advice to bring a lot of different skirts and shirts, and I agree. But also there were times when I wanted to just put on a dress because it was a lot easier. So I would say bring a good amount of dresses. I think I would say the best is 4 or 5 dresses. Dresses that you really like because you're going to get really tired of them really fast. So at least make sure you like them a lot at the beginning. But dresses that are very, very simple and casual and really easy to get on and off. Not super annoying, not tight, like flowy, super nice. And I would say do not bring pencil skirts. I made that mistake of bringing pencil skirts, and it's so, especially in our mission, you walk all the time, that it's just so annoying. Just don't bring pencil skirts. I would bring flowy skirts. They're a lot easier to manage, and they're a lot easier to walk around in. You are comfortable the whole day. I would bring some winter skirts, some summer skirts, so some with lighter material, some with a lot heavier material because it gets super cold, but it also gets super hot. And I would say just bring a lot of different patterns but make sure that you bring clothes. What I did is I brought lots of skirts that matched with almost every single top that I bought so that I could wear a top with every single skirt, because after 18 months you get so sick of wearing the same thing over and over. So if you only buy a skirt that matches with one shirt, you'll get so sick of that by the end. So I would say buy the most versatile clothes as you can. Yeah, I think, and bring umbrellas. I wouldn't even worry about bringing a nice umbrella because it's going to get broken the first time that it starts raining and it's super windy. So just bring an umbrella. You'll probably have to buy more, but it's fine. Just buy super cheap ones and then you'll just have to keep rebuying them. But it's not worth it to buy super nice ones because even the super nice ones will break in the wind because it gets super windy and you're walking all day. Safety. Portugal is actually a very safe country. There were only a couple times on my mission that I felt unsafe, but it didn't happen a lot to other people. But it's a pretty safe country. Obviously, just keep your eye out and just be aware of the spirit and where you are, and never, like it says in the missionary handbook, don't walk in dark alleyways, don't walk in places that don't have very good lighting. Avoid those places. But other than that, there are a lot of older men there that are very attracted to younger women, especially sister missionaries. So I would try to stay away from them and just be aware of where they are. But other than that, Portugal is a very safe. I never had any problems, so it's a very safe place. Health-wise, you're walking a lot, but it really, for me at least, it wasn't a huge shock. I was very active before my mission, so it was even less active than I was before. But I would say it's not a huge adjustment. At the beginning, your feet hurt, so just making sure that you wear comfortable shoes. But the only health problems that I had was when members would be feeding us, and we would be eating so much that we just had so much food in our stomachs that we were super sick. We got super fat, but other than that, it's fine. But just enjoy it because the food is super great and you can lose weight after, so it's fine.